frozen, I held my breath. Right from the start, I knew that I'd found the home for my heart. Beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave, how can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
Time stands still, beauty and all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this.
One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. I love you for 1,000 One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
And firstly, it's the bridal party, and they'll give a wave so you know who I'm talking about. We have best man Graham. We have groomsmen Jared, Lockie, Mitch and Scott. Over on my far left over there we have matron of honour Brooke, along with bridesmaids Rachel, Belinda, Pip and Christina. There's 4 other people here today I'd like to introduce, and I don't have to explain why they're important, and that's the parents. And I'd also ask that they stand up and give a wave as well. And first we have Jack's parents, Colin and Johanna. And we have Emma's parents, Paul and Kerry. Please give all of them a round of applause. Now, before we get to the important part of today, I'd like to share the story that I've been fortunate enough to learn about Jack and Emma, and it's a story that has obviously led us all to be here today. And this story certainly has a teenage sweetheart theme to it. It began just over 10 years ago, both around 17 years of age at the time. Jack's best friend and Emma's best friend were dating, so they were destined to cross paths. They'd certainly been at the same parties during those times, but their actual first meeting was a little hazy for them both. What wasn't hazy was a special night that certainly kicked things along for them both. It was the night of bridesmaid Rachel's Deb ball. Emma went to a different school, so she was there as a guest. Jack, also there as a guest. And as it happened, they were sitting on the same table. After the Deb, it was off to the traditional after party. That night went smoothly, nothing too serious, until it was time to leave. Standing out on Scoresby Road, waiting for Emma's mum to pick her up, provided the opportunity for that special first kiss. Emma still remembers worrying what her mum would think if she saw this dreadlock boy with her. Jack's memory of that moment, and let me quote him here, "She couldn't keep her hands off me." From there, they saw each other at parties and gatherings, and Jack started to visit Emma at her parents' house. This eventually led to Jack asking Emma to officially be his girlfriend, and the rest is history. So at the age of 17, they started officially dating. Jack was already working full-time and Emma was studying for her VCE. Her parents would have rightfully been a little bit worried that she might lose focus of her VCE studies while dating, but she didn't and committed herself to school while seeing Jack only once during the week and then on weekends. Jack getting his licence on the day he turned 18 was another highlight for them, and after an afternoon of driving around seeing all his friends, he saved the best to last. Jack still remembers ringing her and asking her if she was home at the time. She said she was, and his reply was simple: "Great, I'm out the front, get out of here." Their first official date was to Airstream at the Glen for a lasagna feed, kicking off their mutual love of eating out. Emma finished year 12 and they started seeing Jack a lot more. Jack recalled, not long after their first date, Emma saying, "Come in and say hello to Mum and Dad." He remembers walking around the back of the couch that they were all sitting on and trying not to make too much eye contact with either of them and keeping as far away as possible. His mindset clearly relaxed a bit because despite officially living at his parents' house, he began staying with Emma at her parents' a lot. One night turned into two, turned into three. Emma's mum would say, "Jack, let me know what nights you're home for dinner this week." And very quickly that turned into, "Jack, I'm making you dinner every night unless you tell me different." A few years down the track, he was pretty much living at Emma's house 7 days a week. That in itself provided some entertainment for Emma and her family as Jack would drive over in whichever car he had at the time. He's gone through many cars, from the Holden Ute, the Holden sedan, the van, the black Ute, the new Patrol, and then the old Patrol. In total, he had about 6 cars over 5 odd years before they moved out of home. From then on, it was a heap of special things that not only created some great memories, but also helped them grow as a couple. And there's a few worth mentioning. In 2012, they took their first overseas trip together to Thailand with Emma's family. 2014 was a huge year for them, buying their first home together in Bentley East, which they rented out for 2 years before moving in there in 2016. 2014 was also quite a special trip together for 4 weeks touring around Europe. A proud moment for Jack in 2015 was when Emma completed her uni degree with distinction. And he did also kindly point out that he picked her up every night at uni that year. 2017 has some special memories. Firstly, when Emma's best friend, today's maid of honour, had her first baby boy, Max. Jack and Emma were lucky enough and so proud to be asked to be his godparents. The 30th September 2017 was certainly special for Emma as well. Richmond won the grand final. And she was there to witness it with her dad and brother. Jack, well, he's a Geelong supporter, and he wasn't at the grand final, but it was a defining moment for them as a couple because Jack has had to put up with Emma talking about that ever since. God only knows what he's had to put up with in the last fortnight. 2018 saw them take their second trip to Europe for 4 weeks again, visiting Spain, Germany, Poland, Czech Republic and the Netherlands. Now, a bit more about that trip. The day before they headed out to Europe, Jack, totally unannounced, went to visit Emma's dad, Paul, at his South Yarra office. Paul's response was simple, and I quote, "What the F are you doing here?" Jack was pretty sure Paul knew why he was there and asked for permission to marry his daughter. We're here today, so the answer is obvious. Put simply, let me quote Jack on his thoughts about what was about to happen. Quote, "I was shitting myself." The night they flew out of Melbourne Airport to head to Barcelona, Jack told Emma not to be disappointed because he was not proposing on this holiday, and he promised her that he would do it in the near future. Fast forward to their visit to Spain, specifically Barcelona. A couple of days in, Jack suggested they go to a church on the top of a huge mountain overlooking the city of Barcelona. The hotel suggested they go early before the crowds, so they went before breakfast. They caught a taxi there, and the view was just amazing. They were the only ones there until a bloke on a bike appeared. Jack asked the rider to take a photo of them. Emma walked to the edge of the area where the rider was going to take the pic, and when she turned around, Jack was on one knee. The rider captured everything as it happened, their favourite photos. That was it, they were engaged. From the top of the mountain, they called their family and friends. Emma couldn't stop crying with happiness. After a while, Jack was hungry, of course. and wanted to go back to the hotel to have breakfast, so he nagged Emma to quickly jump on the bus to get back to the hotel. Emma continued to call everyone, embarrassing Jack all the way along with how loud she was being. So it was done. July the 19th, 2018, they got engaged. Emma told me it could not have been more perfect, and so the planning for today began. They got in touch with me through Emma's mum, and the process of putting this ceremony together got underway. During that process, like many celebrants do, I had some deep and meaningful questions for them both. And my first was when they both knew the other was the one for them. Emma told me she knew Jack was special very early on, knew he was the one. Let me quote Emma here. Quote, "Put it this way, Rob, I've been hoping he was going to propose for at least 6 years. Every holiday, every nice dinner. I had my fingers crossed. Poor guy. Not to mention all the pressure he was getting from both of our families. We even had dinner in the Eiffel Tower in 2014. Still didn't happen. He took his time." End quote. Jack told me there was no significant moment, but the moment they moved into their house and Emma started looking after him the way Emma's mum looks after her dad was certainly a time that he knew she was certainly the one. My next question was to each of them individually. What was it that made the other the one for them? And why get married? Some of Emma's responses I'll share with you. She told me Jack is so caring. He cares about her family, his family and friends so much and would do anything for them. His bridal party and him have been mates since kinder. Emma thinks that just shows what a great friend he is. He always came to Emma's netball games and always makes her feel safe and loved. On her 18th birthday, Jack got her 18 presents, all individually wrapped and numbered. Emma will never forget that. Quote Emma again, "He is also very determined to have a great life for us, which means he works incredibly hard at work. Even in summer, coming home from working 12-hour days, he always waters the garden for half an hour. He's a keeper. I can't wait to start a family together, create our own family traditions and raise our kids in a way Jack and I believe in. It's exciting to know we can create something of our own." End quote. Emma also told me he's such a motivated, determined, hard-working person. Whatever he puts his mind to, he achieves. During their relationship, Jack started boxing. As soon as he started, he was so dedicated and it was just so nice seeing him achieve goals in something he was passionate about. A final quote from Emma, "I always wanted to marry Jack. I want to share the same last name so we feel like we have our own family. I will be proud to be his wife. I want to show everyone how much I love him." It was Jack's turn. Same question. Why Emma? Some of his responses. He loves how Emma looks after him and how hard she works towards her own values. She never hesitates in telling him if he's in the wrong and what he could do better. He told me Emma brings out the best of him. She treats everyone she cares about with love and respect. Jack also loves coming home to her and her beautifully cooked dinners. He treasures the effort she goes to for him on a daily basis and how determined she is to do well in anything she does. Seeing her love her job in marketing makes him feel really proud. He told me she also makes the most beautiful shortbreads for his nan every Christmas. He told me the love and respect they have for each other is huge. They are best friends, but in love at the same time. Just as good, Jack told me, was the fact that he gets along so well with Emma's parents, Kerry and Paul, and also her brother Luke. He's so excited to officially be part of their family. He also has so much in common with Emma's extended family, so he's looking forward to having them all in his life officially forever now too. He told me he's really looking forward to having their own family together and the fun times ahead. Quote Jack, "The reason I want to marry Emma is because it shows that I'm 100% committed to her and it's the next step in continuing our lives together." It's been a joy getting to know these two and planning for today, and I'm honoured to be standing here as celebrant. Now on to more serious matters. I'm duly authorised by the law to solemnise marriages according to the law. Before you're joining marriage in my presence, in the presence of these witnesses, I'm to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to the law in Australia, is a union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Big voices now, okay. Jack, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Emma in marriage?
I do.
Will you love and honour her as your wife for the rest of your life?
I will.
Emma, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Jack in marriage?
I do.
And will you love and honour him as your husband for the rest of your life?
I will.
I ask you all now to witness the pledge they're making to each other in the form of vows they've each personally written. Nice big voice.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Jack Dylan Rice, take you, Emma Grace Bradley, to be my lawfully wedded wife. Emma, it's hard to believe that we've been together for 9 years. The time has gone so fast. You and I, we met young. You were still in high school and I was only just completing my apprenticeship. The last 9 years we have achieved and experienced so many great things together, which I could never have done without you. Every day when I leave to go to work, no matter how good or bad the day I'm having, it's the best feeling coming home to your beautiful smile and home-cooked meals. The one thing I will never take for granted is how well you look after me. You're always there to support me through the good and bad times. You're not only my partner in life, but my best friend as well. I look forward to loving the smallest moments together now and always. Thank you for everything you do for me.
I was nearly there.
I cannot wait to start the next chapter together with you. I love you.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Emma Grace Bradley, take you, Jack Dylan Rice, to be my lawfully wedded husband. Jack, I've been so lucky to call you mine for the last 9 years. Standing here before you today is honestly a dream come true, and I can't wait for what the future has to hold for us. Over our relationship, I've watched you achieve absolutely everything you've put your mind to. You'll never understand how proud that has made me. You are such a hardworking and motivated person, and they're some of the qualities that I do cherish most about you. Not only are you hardworking, you're also extremely caring and loyal. To me, to your family, and to your friends. Your only downfall is that you're a Geelong supporter. But I promise, other than that, I couldn't ask for anything more in a husband. Jack, I promise to always have your back and to love you no matter what obstacles we may face together. I vow to at least try to cook as good as my mum and always listen to you whenever you've had a hard day at work. I'm so excited to be able to call you my husband and to one day start a family of our own. I can't wait to explore more of the world with you and eat and drink our way around this beautiful country. I feel so lucky that you've chosen me, and I can't imagine my life without you. I love you always and forever. Now let's let this adventure begin.
Family and friends, Emma and Jack are now going to exchange rings today. And in doing such, just like the circle of the rings, symbolising the wholeness of their love for each other, a love that will be unbroken and everlasting. The metal of the rings also represents the strong sincerity of the commitment they have to each other. Jack and Emma, as you wear these rings, they will be reminders of your eternal love for and devotion to each other. I'd now like to ask Graham, our ring bearer, to come forward.
Oh, please, come on.
So do you want to take that? And whose ring's that?
That's Emma's.
Okay, you want to go first?
Yep.
Hold the ring over a ring further. Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah.
Now, nice big voice.
I give you this ring,
which to me is a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
which to me is a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
And put the ring on.
I give you this ring,
Which to me is a symbol
which to me is a symbol
of my love and commitment to you.
of my love and commitment to you.
Put the ring on. Jack and Emma, please allow these rings to be a reminder of the feelings that you have in your hearts right at this very moment. Use them also as a reminder of the great gift that you've been given in one another and the beautiful life that you will build together. By the love that has brought you here today, by the vows and rings you have exchanged, and by the integrity of your commitment, in the presence of these witnesses here, it is my great pleasure and honour to pronounce you husband and wife. You may now start your marriage journey with a kiss.
Your love is bright as ever, even in the shadows. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out. Your heart is glowing, and I'm crashing into you. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out, before they turn the lights out. Oh, baby, love me lights out in the darkest night out. I search through the crowd, your face is all that I see. I give you everything, baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. We don't have forever. Baby, daylight's wasting. You better kiss me before time has run out. Nobody sees what we see. They're just hopelessly gazing. Oh baby, take me before they turn the lights out, before time has run out. Oh baby, love me lights out in the darkest night out. I search through the crowd, your face is all that I see. I give you everything, baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. Oh, you can turn my lights out. I love you like XO. You love me like XO. You kill me, girl, XO. You love me like XO. It's all that I see. I give you everything, baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn my lights out.
In the car, I just can't wait to pick you up on our very first date. Is it cool if I hold your hand? Is it wrong if I think it's lame dance? Do you like my stupid hair? We can dance to the hands together. And you scared with what you think. You make me nervous, so I really can't This night's almost over. Honest, let's make this night last forever, forever and ever. Let's make this last forever, forever and ever. Let's make this last forever.
Can you please give a big warm welcome? Our best man today, Graham.
Sorry. Think of a drink.
Yeah.
What a day it's been celebrating the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Rice. First of all, I'd like to say how honoured and privileged I am to be up here making a speech at this wedding. Before I get too far into my speech, I'd like to compliment the families of both Jack and Emma for not only putting on such a beautiful day for us to be a part of, but for raising two of the kindest people I know. So for everyone here with me, I'd like to propose a toast to Paul, Kerry, Colin and Joe. I've known Jack since 2002. This is when I moved here from overseas. The first time I saw him, I remember being intimidated by him because he was so much bigger than everyone at primary school. He was portrayed as the bully. I'd come from a foreign country with basic English skills and no friends. Jack was the first one to approach me and take me under his wing to show me around, kind of like a big brother would do. The more we hung around in our younger years, the sooner I learnt that not only he was a bigger brother type figure to me, but he was also the bigger brother type figure to Jared, Lockie, Lee, Mitch and Scotty, even though he was the youngest, dorkiest and most immature in those days. Over the years, this has very much stayed the same, with Jack always being the first person to lend his help and support to his mates when they are down, go into a rough patch in their life, give helpful advice to people when they are in need, and provide a laugh to the group, even if it's at his own expense. These are some of the great qualities this man has got, and it's the reason why we are all here today. Jack, you're such a well-respected person amongst everyone, and this reflects on where you are situated in your life at this moment. At the age of 27, you're in charge of one of the biggest plumbing companies in Melbourne. Jobs like that don't just get handed out to people. Your work ethic, your dedication, and your people skills are why you are where you are. You and Emma have a beautiful home together, and you've just married the girl of your dreams. You have so much more to accomplish in this life, and I can't wait to see what you will achieve in the years to come. One of my favourite memories I have of you and Emma being together go way back to 2011, the day she turned 18. We were sitting around having a few drinks and I casually asked you what you got Emma for her birthday. You just said, just a couple of things, man, nothing too exciting. Later that afternoon, the secret was out. That couple of things was 18 separate things. One present for each of the year that she was born. I'm turning 52 next year, bro, so better get started on my presents. To Emma, I know how much effort you have put into this day, starting months and months back from organising the engagement, to the wedding invites, the catering, the flowers, the dress and the suits. Stressing out about the bucks, how you wanted us all to be safe, and you wanted Jack back the way he left, with hair and 2 eyebrows. I honestly hope this day for you was everything you imagined and more. You deserve nothing but the best on this very day you officially become Mrs. Rice. For you, when you organised today, you might have thought it was a bit of a one-way street, like you were doing everything and organising it all. I can assure you he did this because he wanted to be absolutely perfect for you. He said to me, as long as she is happy and has a massive smile on her face at the end of the day, I'm happy. This just goes to show the love and respect that you guys have for each other and the amount of love you have to offer other people around you. We'd like to congratulate you guys again and wish you the very best life as being a married couple. You better look after him because I know he will always be looking after you.
Great job by our best man. Let's keep that moving along and let's get our best woman up here. Please make her feel welcome. Brooke.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brooke. I have known Emma for a long time, and I'm so lucky to call her my best friend. I am also so honoured to stand by your side, Em, on your wedding day as your maid of honour. First off, thank you for having me. On behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Rice, thank you to everyone here for coming and celebrating the love of Em and Jack. Emma, I can't believe you are now Mrs. Rice. I am so happy for you and Jack, as you both truly are the most giving, caring, sweet couple and deserve nothing but a lifetime of love, laughs, great memories and happiness. Today, Em, you married your man, finally. We've only been talking about this day since forever ago. There is two sides to Em. The intelligent, sophisticated, hard-working, organised, punctual businesswoman, and then there was the young, not-so-innocent teenager that would sneak out of windows with me to go to parties and get up to mischief. This was until she met Jack, which now Em spends her weekends already as a natter, baking and cleaning, then curling up on the couch in her PJs and drinking herbal tea. Wow, how times have changed. Emma, I have always been able to turn to you when I've needed you the most. You are my sister, and you have always given me your everything. Your tough love, truthful words, even if I didn't want to hear them. You were always the friend that everyone can rely on and know that you'll always be there. Jack, you have yourself a very incredible wife. But also, Jack, thank you for completing my best friend. You make Emma so happy, more than Richmond winning the flag this year. The qualities you both share as a couple will make a great marriage forever and ever. You guys make the perfect team, and you really do belong together. Your future looks so bright, and Auntie Chook can't wait to see little Rice babies running around. And Jack being a stay-at-home dad. So let's raise our glasses, one which I don't have. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Rice. I love you both so much, and I hope you have an amazing night.
Round of applause for Brooke. And finally, let's keep that applause going as we welcome up the father of our bride, Mr. Paul Bradley.
Wow, emotional speeches. It's been an emotional day. Well, first, welcome everyone to the Yarra Valley, and to Stones, and to Emma and Jack's big adventure. We're very happy to have you all here. I especially want to thank everyone for taking a Friday off. It must have been really tough to get away from work and be here and have a party with us. That was wonderful. For me, it's been a beautiful day. It was a beautiful ceremony. It's been a wonderful wedding so far. And she's a beautiful bride, let's face it. And I'm allowed to say that, I'm a dad. And as the sign says at the door, you're all Emma and Jack's favourite people. So we're very, very pleased to have you all here, and we hope you have a wonderful night. I want to make a special thanks to our overseas visitors on the table over here. My cousins have come over from the UK, which is a huge effort, I think we'd all agree. So guys, girls, thank you. Sandy, thank you. So in preparation for the speech, I did what everyone does, and I went to Google. And Google predominantly said two things. One, don't go over 5 minutes, and that was reiterated by my beautiful daughter. And secondly, it said don't really have a crack at the groom. What would Google really know? So I'm going to talk about Jack, and then I'm going to talk about Emma, and then I'll talk about them as a couple. It was interesting today during the ceremony that the celebrant talked about the debutante night where most of the ratbags in the wedding party were there. My first introduction to Jack was actually a photo of that night. I hadn't met him, I hadn't seen him, but I'd heard about him, and Emma showed me a photo. Jack was wearing a black silk shirt. That's dangerous at the best of times. But he had a really beautiful white silk tie. To top the tie off, he had white gloves and he had dreadlocks. A little bit of a mix between Michael Jackson and Snoop Dogg. So I took a deep breath. And Graham, don't laugh. You had the exact same outfit on. So okay, so he looks like a bit of a dill in the photo. So I said to Emma, who does he barrack for? Richmond? No, okay, well, all teen girls go through their phases, so we accepted Jack for what he was. This is what I've learned about Jack since, and he's been around for a little while now. Everybody loves Jack. He's just one of the world's great guys. Emma's grandparents like him more than they like me, but there's no question about that. They adore him. The measure of the man is his groomsmen are all long-term friends. He's known them from either primary school or very early days of high school. He hangs on to his friends. He's a leader within that group, and I think that's been said a few times. More importantly than all of that, Emma adores him, and that's what's important to Kerry and I. So, mate, we're very, very happy to have you in our family, and I think it's traditional that I welcome you into the family. I'm also going to welcome you into another little club that I'm involved with, which is the Punching Massively Above Your Weight Club. And what's really good is that there's so many members in the room. So Jack, welcome to the family, mate. We're happy to have you. So Em, this could get a bit emotional. I don't know. Mum and I are incredibly proud of you. I hope that goes without saying. You've grown into just an amazing young woman. We've watched you grow and it's been a pleasure. You're everything from smart to feisty, competitive, beautiful and intelligent. So what more could a mum and dad ask of their daughter? And I've got to say, today walking Emma down the aisle was one of the absolute highlights of my life. No question about that. It was fantastic. Not long to go. There's my 5 minutes, please. From the beginning, Mum and I only ever wanted two things for Emma. The first thing was probably a bit more than me. We wanted Emma to see a Richmond premiership. Well, I kind of did, and we did that. But more importantly, we wanted to see her happy. And when we see Emma with Jack, and just generally Emma, she's just a happy person, and her life is headed massively in the right direction. And we're so pleased, Em, and well done. You got a good one. So to the couple, well, a lot's been said already, but they've done so much. They've done the overseas trips. We had a proposal in Barcelona, for goodness sake. I mean, geez, hard to top that. They've got a great house in East Bentley. They've both got great jobs. We've got a site foreman and a brand manager between the two of them, so they're doing pretty well. All this by 25, 26. That probably qualifies them as a power couple, I would suggest, but they're doing great. But more important than any of those things, when I see them together, they're just happy. They love each other's company. They love each other. And I think that's probably going to continue for as long as we can think. So I'm not going to propose a coast because Brookie did a great job of that. But to Emma and Jack, congratulations. It's been a wonderful day. Now everyone's responsibility is to have a fun, good time, have a drink, party and have a dance. Thank you.
Thanks, family and friends.
But while you're watching
introduce him up because he's already here. But still, let's give him a warm round of applause, our man of the moment, Jack.
I did have a speech all worked out, but of course now that I'm a married man, Emma has insisted that I read from the one that she's written for me. Only joking, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. On behalf of Emma and I, we would like to thank everyone here in this room. We hope you enjoyed tonight as much as we have. You're all here today because you play an important part in our lives, so thank you for coming to celebrate this special day with us. I'd also like to thank my mum and dad, who have put up with me for all these years. The way you guys have taught me the true value of friendship by having such a close group of your own friends is something I'll always look up to. I believe it's part of the reason why I'm lucky enough to have grown up with I've grown up with such a great group of mates myself. That leads me on to my groomsmen, Graham, Jared, Lockie, Mitch and Scotty. And I also need to mention Kane, Lee and Jake and Dill. I'm so lucky to have all you boys as my best mates. You're lifelong friends and we've made so many memories together that I'll never forget. To Kerry and Paul, we wouldn't be standing here tonight without you. You have supported Em and I through absolutely everything. You have welcomed me with open arms into your family from day one, and for that I can't thank you enough. Kerry, you have helped us so much with planning this wedding. I know Em has been dreaming about this day for many years and you have helped her create such an amazing day. You've always gone above and beyond for everyone in your family, and when I came along you treated me no differently, so thank you. To Paul, what about that speech? Thank you for allowing me to marry your daughter. I can't promise that I'll spoil her as much as you do, but I will try my best and promise to always look after her. To the bridesmaids, Brooke, Rach, Belle, Chrissy and Pip. Emma is so lucky to have you all in her life. I couldn't choose a better group of women for Em to be supported by on this day, and you all look amazing tonight. Leaving the best to last, my wife. I think we all know that I'm a batting above my average when it comes to you. Thank you, Paul. You look absolutely amazing. Thank you for putting so much time and effort into tonight. This is clearly a night we both will never forget. No matter what the challenges are that we face together in the future, there's no other person I'd want standing by my side. Thank you for always being there for me. Now, if everyone would like to raise their glass, let's make a toast. To great friends, amazing family, and most of all, my beautiful wife. Thanks for everyone here tonight. Cheers. Thanks, buddy.
One last cheer for our bride and groom. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip.
There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know I feel so dirty.